Hear that? That's the sound of you creating your own destiny. While others are waiting in line for brunch, you're spending Saturday in the garage. Because you went to advanceautoparts.com, ordered a platinum battery with a 3-year replacement warranty, and picked it up in-store just 30 minutes later. Now, installing a battery isn't an all-day job, but what the brunch crowd doesn't know won't hurt it. Advance Auto Parts. Let's get you back on the road. Visit advanceautoparts.com to learn more.
Thanks for hitting the download button on today's Unleashed podcast. Before we really get going here, let me ask you something. Have you ever been at work or maybe out with family and friends and you start to worry about, hey man, did I lock the front door? Or did I close all the windows before I left? You know, you think you left your house wide open to any thief who wanted to come in and grab some stuff? Well, if you've ever asked yourself any of those questions, then you need Simply Safe Home Security, because they got an arsenal of sensors to protect your entire home and keep your family safe. And here's the best part. You don't have to sign a long-term contract. There are no hidden fees, and they won't gouge you on the price. You can get Simply Safe Home Protection for just $14.99 a month. Simply Safe is wireless and portable with a cellular connection built in. You get professional monitoring with police dispatch, so your home really is safe around the clock. And man, it's easy to install and even easier to use. Y'all know about my battles with technology, and even I can install and use Simply Safe. That's how easy it is. So protect your home the smart way. Visit simplysafeaustin.com. Go right now, and you'll also get free shipping on your order and a free keychain remote worth $25. It only takes a minute. simplysafeaustin.com. That's simply SIMPLI safeaustin.com.
The following program is a podcast1.com production. He started in a small town in Texas. Worked his ass off to become one of the most famous wrestlers of all time.
We're going to take care of business tonight, and that's the bottom line.
And now he's dominating the world of on-demand audio. And he's doing it for the working man.
This is a damn good outlet for me to spew the bullshit off my brain.
Yeah! This is the Steve Austin Show. Unleashed. Unleashed.
All right, everybody, welcome to the Steve Austin Show. I'm coming to you from the mean streets of Los Angeles, California today. Sitting here in my office at 316 Gimmick Street. Hey, man, I'm looking over at my left at the courtyard. And in front of the courtyard is my clock, my Pearl Beer neon clock, and it says 8:45 in the morning. You're probably thinking, Steve, what in the fuck are you doing cutting open to a podcast at 8:45 in the morning? Well, I got to get this work turned in for Stacy over there in the 90210 because yours truly and my wife and Hershey and Moolah are loading up in the silver RV, and we're heading over to Sparks, Nevada today to visit my brother-in-law. And turns out we got the camper all packed up. I got a meeting over at El Segundo Brewing Company here at about 10 a.m., and when I get out of that meeting, we're going to throw the rest of our shit in that RV and haul ass to Sparks, Nevada. Now, I forgot about the meeting with El Segundo Brewing Company, and I was wanting to leave here about 6 a.m. That way, that'd put us there about, give or take 2, 3 p.m. Easy drive. I think it's about 483 miles door to door. Get that driving out early in the morning. But got this meeting, so that's going to push my departure back to around 12 p.m. So leaving Los Angeles, I'm going to hit some of that L.A. traffic for lunch, and then finally we'll clear the city limits, and it'll be a little bit smooth sailing. But that means we'll be arriving probably just a little bit after dark, maybe around 8 or 9, depends on how many stops we have to make for the dogs to go do their business. But we got all the dog food loaded up. My wife, Kristen's in there cooking me some meals. I got a piece of salmon to eat for dinner tonight. I am 100% consistent and doing my due diligence with my dietary stuff. So everything that I put into my system is measured and accounted for. Right now, I'm probably 262. The way I have it calculated out, by November 1, I will be 250. And I will not stop. I will not waver. I will not drink any alcohol or anything until I hit the 250, of which I have not been for quite some time. And the thing that I've noticed this time around on trying to get in shape, the haphazard efforts that I made in previous times that I've tried to drop a few lbs. I was either drinking a glass of wine, glass and a half wine every night, or using a bunch of Splenda, or just not being as consistent as I could. I've eliminated every single thing from my diet that I've had to make sure I know 100% what goes into my system every single time I eat. By the end of the day, I know what my macros are. Total calories is not a big concern about total grams of protein, carbs, and fat, although I can account for every single one of them. It's about that number and not about doing too much cardio, of which I've been guilty of in the past. When I get to 250, I'm going to do a podcast solely dedicated from my journey from start to finish, all of the mistakes I made and what I finally did to put all the pieces together, which I feel I'm on the way right now. This Saturday is when I weigh in. I'll take my scale with me. I should be in the 261 range, if not a little bit less than that. And I can feel it coming off my drum as we speak. And I'm not starving myself. I'm full every time I eat. I've got my snacks built in there, which are all healthy snacks. I'll drop on you the diet and all that other bullshit once I get to my destination. But this has been an eye-opening process because, like I said, I dropped all the things that I considered were not conducive to me getting closer to my goal weight of 250. And I'm finally making progress because for you people out there that have been on diets before, or you say, oh man, I'd like to lose a bit of weight, let me cut out bread, or let me cut out pasta. And it's just one of those simple things. For some people, you know, if you just drop out a couple of food choices or just stop drinking Coca-Cola or just stop drinking anything, beer or milk, well, you'll start losing weight. For me, I have to be extremely strict. I take everything out of the equation that shouldn't be in the equation, so I'm making progress. But enough about that. Back to my trip to Sparks, Nevada. Going to visit my brother-in-law, Mitch. Sparks, Nevada is about 25 miles out of Reno, Nevada, if you don't know where it's at. And it's a real pretty area with a lot of mountains. Sierra Nevada mountain stretch runs through there. And just this morning, my brother-in-law works at the Transit Authority. He keeps all the fleet running, head guy overseeing all the technical and mechanical issues of those buses. But also part-time, it's almost a full-time job for him. He guides hunts, whether it's bighorn sheep, antelope, mule deer, bear, mountain lion, elk, you name it, he guides for it. Predators. So anyway, he was out this morning. He left his house. I don't know what time they left. They're heading up about 150 miles from his house. At about 60 miles out, he's got the client in the truck with him, and I'll be goddamn if a big-ass cow don't walk in front of the highway and Mitch just T-bones the shit out of this cow. And from the picture he sent me of his truck, it looks like a son of a bitch's total. It was a Toyota Tacoma, damn good shape. The same Toyota Tacoma that we drove to Sierra Nevada Brewing Company up there in Chico, California about a year and a half, 2 years ago. So it looks like the truck is totaled on the side of the road. They was pulling a trailer with the buggy on back of it, his hunting buggy. Should have been a Kawasaki Mule Pro FXT. And it looks like the vehicle, the trailer is okay, but the truck is totaled. My wife, Kristen, just called him a while ago, and hell, they're still waiting on the side of the road for the tow truck to come and get them, put all the shit on the truck, and haul it back to Sparks, Nevada. So he was going to hunt today, Wednesday, and tomorrow, Thursday. And then hopefully, if they got the bighorn sheep they were looking for, going to be able to spend Saturday and Sunday with him at his crib and visit and kind of have a little bit of a family reunion. So anyway, he's stuck on the side of the road. He's got a total truck. Get all that shit back to Sparks. We're going to get a late departure, getting ready to head out there. I'm looking forward to just getting out of Los Angeles, California. I like this town. I live here. Right now, we're in a little bit of a heat wave. Fuck, it was 102 degrees in Marina Del Rey the other day. I walked outside. I just got finished doing a podcast, and I said, what in the fuck is going on out here? Because it's funny. Right there at the end of Broken Skull Challenge, right there towards the end, on about September 15th, 16th, 17th, you could kind of feel that fall's coming. You know, we kind of always get that feeling in the air. At least I do. And you can see the seasons are changing. It's not like, you know, SoCal is like a 4-season state, but you get a sense that fall is in the air. And then all of a sudden, right when you think, hey, man, it's starting, and then right there when you start to think, hey, man, it's going to start cooling off, it zaps you because it's the end of September. And come October 20th, October 25th, it'll smoke us with a couple of high 90 days, maybe dip into 100, and then it'll start turning. But it kind of lulls you into this false sense of, hey, man, it's going to be some badass weather, you know, getting out of the summer and going back to that normal 65-degree stuff, and it just smokes your ass. So I'm just looking forward to getting out of Los Angeles, getting over there to a different place. I was driving the other day. Can't remember where I was going. Not one single motherfucker was using their blinkers. And I'm not going on the same old tirade because y'all been hearing me do this shit before. But the drivers out there on the streets of Los Angeles, probably where you live too, are getting worse than ever. Nobody gives a fuck. They're either too lazy, too stupid, or think they're too good to use that motherfucking stalk on the left side of the steering column called a turn signal indicator, a blinker, or whatever you want to call it. It just chaps my ass. These motherfuckers weave through this traffic, and then you got these goddamn motorcycles hauling ass, splitting lanes. It's a real clusterfuck. I'm right in the middle of it, and the fact that I've got a cool place tucked away here in Marina Del Rey is probably my saving grace. I got these big-ass bushes that surround my entire house, so it's kind of like it's my own little fucking con-hair spot on the planet Earth that's mine, and even though I'm in Los Angeles, it's halfway private. But if I can if I can get my trees to grow up another 30 feet, I think that'd be even better. But nonetheless, hey man, I'm heading to Sparks, Nevada today. I'm about to go to a meeting. I got to shave my face. I haven't shaved since I stopped Broken Skull Challenge. I look like a mountain man. I could join Mitch up in the mountains right now. I got to shave for my business meeting, break out my Dollar Shave Club razor and get all slickered down so I'll make a good impression as I go out there and have that meeting. And because I look like shit right now. But before we get into the body of this podcast, we're already rolling into week 3 of the pro football season. And if you're looking for a little action on some of the weekend games, then get yourself to betdsi.com. Use my promo code Austin25. That's Austin and the number 25 with no space, and get $25 free when you register. And hey, don't worry about playing with BetDSI. They're one of the original online sports books. They've been around for over 20 years. They set a lot of the lines you're already playing on, and more importantly, they pay. They built a solid reputation on payment of winnings. They take professional and novice action, and BetDSI.com is really quick and easy to use. You can play from your computer or from your phone or tablet. The site is so trusted that many professional players do their betting there. And right now, like I said, BetDSI is offering the beginning of the season special. Just use my promo code Austin25 when you sign up and get $25 free just to try the service. Or take advantage of their 100% bonus on your first deposit. They'll match what you deposit. So go to BetDSI.com and use my promo code Austin25. Austin and the number 25, no space between. Take advantage of their 2 great offers and win yourself some money. That's BetDSI.com.
Steve Austin Unleashed.
Yo!
God damn it, you're ripping it, right?
No, I don't know what my thing is doing. It said, it said voicemail from you.
Yeah, I left you a goddamn voicemail because I called and all of a sudden your answer machine, the lady who answered your thing because you wouldn't answer my Skype call with a British accent says, the party you are calling is not available right now. Please leave a message. So I left a fucking message. I said, goddamn. I said, send me a text when you're ready to talk. Now you kayfabing me when I call. You want to do a goddamn podcast or not?
That's Lois. Dude, I don't know what the hell's going on with this thing, man.
It's a Thursday show.
It never rang, goddammit, it never rang.
No, I'm just telling you it's a Thursday show, so you know you can use the language you would normally use. Because normally you would say, I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. You try to say, I don't know what the hell
Yeah, dude,
I'm
I
doing.
really don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Yeah.
I know. God damn it. I'll be fucking Ted. You ain't gonna believe the goddamn week I've been having. Fuck it. Before I get to my week, I got bad news for you. Well, I mean, it's bad news or it's good news or it's just news. I was planning on coming down to the ranch to go bird hunting. I don't know if I'm going to be able to make it down to the ranch to go bird hunting right off the bat because of the fact that I got a bunch of meetings scheduled, and because Reno, Nevada, where my brother-in-law lives, is 1,000 miles shorter distance. Tomorrow, after I get through meeting with the people at El Segundo Brewing Company, we're going to drive to Sparks, Nevada, which is right outside of Reno, Nevada. You've been there, to visit Mitch, Kristen's brother. So I don't know if I'm going to be seeing you as soon as I thought I was going to be seeing you, trying to knock some doves out of here.
You want me to send you an 8x10 glossy with a little headshot?
Send me an 8x10 glossy, sign it, and God damn it, just send it to my... I'm kind of upset, but I want to come down to Texas. But what I'm trying to do is rig this thing up, go down to Sparks, Nevada for about 6 days, come back. I got a business meeting, try to tie up a couple of loose ends, and then I'm still trying to get down there before we get down there on the long haul for November, December, January. So I guess you're going to be left to your own devices. My dad was trying to get down there last week, and you were on your fishing trip. Then he had something come up, so he couldn't make it down there, and God damn it, man. I mean, we've been seeing the doves flying out there like crazy. Last time Kristen and I were down, you've been seeing them. I just thought we was going to mop up on them. Now I got a bunch of shit going on, so I got to take a 1,000 mile shorter trip one way. So I got the RV backed up in the goddamn driveway right now. We're loading that bitch up. And tomorrow, after I get done with my meeting, we're going to haul ass. Are you heartbroken? You're not going to fucking hang yourself in the goddamn closet or anything, are you?
No, dude, I'll be all right. I mean, I'll still shoot them. I'll shoot them. I won't shoot them all before you get there.
Well, that's what usually happens anyway, so that's not really going to change the course of anything. And the thing about it is, how many rounds of shotgun shells did you buy?
300.
God damn it. I'm going to come down there and throw some lead at a couple. Fuck.
Dude, 200 were for you.
And so here's the thing.
Just saying.
And I'm not going to sit there and blow smoke up my ass, but it is a Steve Austin show. It's an award-winning podcast that never won any award. If I don't blow smoke up my ass, ain't nobody else going to do it. So you've seen me shoot a rifle, Ted. We've been hanging around out there hunting for 9 years. Now, I'm not going to go join the sniper team and pick people off at 1,000, 1,500 yards, but I'm a pretty goddamn good shot with the rifle. Yes or no?
Yes, you are. Yes.
So I'm a pretty goddamn good shot. Now this just bullshit hunting and stuff like that, and just shooting the kind of stuff me and Ted shoot, long range shit, and we don't make no shit up. We call our distances. But with the shotgun, and the only reason I'm building myself up here is just so I can knock myself right back down. For someone to be so goddamn proficient and pretty damn good with the rifle, I ain't worth a flying fuck with a shotgun. And here's the thing, when you shoot a shotgun, depending on what kind of choke you got in the end of your barrel, just for all practical intrinsic purposes, just say it's a modified or whatever, improved, whatever, you're shooting a pattern of what, fuck Teddy, 2.5 foot?
Yeah, probably 2.5 foot, about 25 yards, yes.
Yeah, by the time it gets out there. So anybody could argue that if they know chokes better than I do, but nonetheless, I've been dove hunting my whole goddamn life, but I just hadn't been able to do it for a couple of years. And shit, man, we'll go out there every once in a blue moon to go try to shoot some skeet. And I ain't worth a goddamn at shooting skeet. And those doves come flying over, and I shoot the damn Benelli semi-automatic. Boom, boom, boom. And this is when the doves, it's just the beginning of dove season. They're not even flying high and fast yet. They're coming by. They don't even know it's dove season. They come just flapping their wings. Boom, boom, boom. And they just start flying away. And I'm like, God damn. And so the way we rigged this thing up, Teddy seen me do this because we got a couple of tanks over there, ponds that we hunt around, and we got a strategic location. So whenever Ted's got incoming or whatever, I might call a bird for him. Or if he can see something that I can't, he'll call a bird for me, and so we're not shooting at each other. So it's kind of a tag team type thing, but it's totally individual. And, fuck, Ted seen me. The bird is just flying over. It's like, shoot me. I dare you to shoot me. And every time Ted shoots, the motherfuckers fall in the water or in the ground, and Cassie bolts off like his chocolate lab. Cassie bolts over there and picks up the dove and brings it back, and I'm over shaking my head like that motherfucker. Another year watching him knock every single dove out of the sky while I'm over here picking up empty shells off the fucking ground. It just starts to get a little fucking old, and so I'm starting to think it's a conspiracy. I'm starting to think that the ones that I'm shooting at must be wearing a bulletproof vest.
A little Kevlar.
Have some Kevlar. Yeah. Here's the thing.
Hey,
this is straight up shoot. Before you jump in here, Teddy, if I see a goddamn dove on a tree limb or on a power line, I'm not above crawling on my hands and knees to shoot that cocksucker. I will wait for him to fly. I'll take the cheapest goddamn pot shot I can get. If you're on a power line, if you're on a telephone pole, if you're on a tree, your ass is mine. But if you start flying, I'm fucked.
It's going to be 95 degrees. You'll be sitting out there in one of them ghillie suits, looking like an old bush.
Looking like a goddamn sniper. I'm trying to use all the stealth I can get. Son of a bitch.
When did you start shooting a 308 at doves?
Yeah, god damn, I might as well use my rifle. I mean, because if I did, I think I'd have a higher percentage rate.
Well, dude, you're in luck with your trip to Reno to go see Mitch. The first part of dove season in the South Zone runs until November 13th. So it's right before we start shooting deer. So you got plenty of time to get down there and throw some lead in the sky.
Well, I'm going to try to. But I'll tell you what, speaking of guns, I was scrambling around for my Blue Yeti microphone a while ago, and I was like, goddamn, where in the fuck could it be? And I'll be damned if I was going to ask my wife where my Blue Yeti microphone was, because... I was asking where everything else is, and this is going to it'd be like rubbing salt in one of my own wounds, okay? You lose so much shit. I get tired of her saying, it's in the so-and-so, it's in the so-and-so, and every time I go to the so-and-so, that's where the fuck it's at. But after a time, Teddy, God damn it, I get tired of my wife being right all the time. So I found the fucking Blue Yeti by myself, all right? And while I was searching for the Blue Yeti... this is one of my great inventions, or one of my great ideas I had when I moved to Marina Del Rey, or to this house about 10 years ago. My yard, as most yards in L.A., ain't that big. Unless you go where the big money is, where the people in Beverly Hills or Santa Monica got these big-ass yards. We just kind of have a regular-sized yard. Teddy, you've been over here. This motherfucker ain't that big.
No.
So anyway, me being the avid outdoorsman that I am... like if I had my Kawasaki Mule Pro FXT here, I could run it forward 20 yards and back it up. And then run it forward 20 yards and then back it up. And then, for the hell of it, run it forward another 20 feet and then back it up. God damn it, Teddy. When I put my target out here against my neighbor's fence and I give him a heads up when I'm shooting my bow, I can't shoot. In case a little highway go right over the fence. I'm always thinking he's going to walk around the corner wearing one of those arrow gimmicks, like he shot someone through the head. I'll give him a heads up when I'm shooting my bow and arrow. I can't shoot right now, obviously, because my shoulder is still rehabbing, but I got one pin on my bow. It's set at 20 yards, and if I go back to my other fence instead of standing in a driveway, I think I could use a 25-yard pin. But anyway, back to the rifle that I have in my hands right now. When I was looking for my Blue Yeti, because I am the avid outdoorsman, I figured, you know what? There's a lot of rats in Marina Del Rey. And a lot of possums and shit like that. And so every now and then, I'll be walking around at nighttime, and in my backyard over the swimming pool, right over my back fence line, there's a high line wire, electricity wire. And you'll see fucking rats go across that thing. Every now and then you have a possum in the backyard. It might be a possum on a telephone pole. And so I got the big idea, you know what, this would be a good idea. You know, I'm not down there at the Broken Skull Ranch, but I could be at the Broken Skull compound on the West Coast and still use the Avid Outdoors. So I figured to get rid of these critters, I would go get me a pellet gun at the Bass Pro Shops. Well, Teddy, that all sounds fine and dandy. Go get a pellet gun. But when you go to get a pellet gun, like Target, they don't sell pellet guns anymore. You see, there's a Target over in Culver City, which is probably 7 miles away, but they don't sell no pellet guns. There's a Walmart, but I don't know where the closest Walmart is. There's only probably a Walmart. Like, Walmarts are everywhere in Texas, but Walmarts aren't everywhere in California. So the Walmart's too fucking far away, and I don't even know if they sell pellet guns out here because we're in California. So I drove all the way out to Rancho Cucamonga, California. It's about 60 fucking miles. And all I wanted to do was buy a pellet gun. I did a little bit of research. Didn't do a whole lot of research, but I'm just thinking, pellet gun, kill some rats, kill a possum. Are you with me, Ted?
I'm with you.
Okay, so I get there, and goddamn, you go on the Bass Pro Shops, they got a shitload of pellet guns. BB guns, they got different calibers of pellets. They got the traditional 7.7. I can't remember the other different caliber pellets they got. I'm sitting there thinking, man, you know, back when I was a kid, you know, you had the little pump-up pellet guns. You had one pellet that you'd stick in there. It was a single action, and you just shoot shit, right?
Correct.
Or you might have your tried and true Daisy Red Ryder. I think it was like a lever action. You know, that little sumbitch you could shoot, and you could see the damn BB just kind of arch through the air. You follow me?
Oh, yeah.
So, you know, I'm figuring, okay, I'll just get a pellet gun. I don't want to go crazy, but, you know, I want to get a good pellet gun. So I start looking around and picking up these motherfuckers, and I start thinking, man, this pellet gun ain't going to kill nothing. So I started graduating towards the fucking bigger, badder pellet guns. And, you know, when you're in Bass Pro Shops, it's not like you can rack that thing back and just fire one in the air and see what it sounds like. So I got this, and this isn't even the most high-powered one they got, but I think the one I'm holding in my hands is 1,100 feet per second, which is smoking for a fucking pellet. So,
right.
You know, then I get these little metal traps. They're like, you know, you shoot in there and it traps the pellet. They're about, I don't know, about 8 or 10 inches deep. You know what I'm saying? So I'm over there, you know, just kind of, you know, sitting in my lawn chair, shooting the pellet in the trap, a 20-yard shot. So, you know, that gets kind of boring. But I'm thinking, you know, every time I cock this thing, listen, okay, I cocked it. But if I wanted to shoot a rat or a possum at nighttime, it almost sounds like you're shooting a 22 because, Teddy, I'm going to pull the trigger. The barrel is empty. I've already checked it. I've already test fired this thing. If the window breaks, you know that I didn't test it good enough. Here's what this motherfucker sounds like. You ready?
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
Jeez. Oh, yeah.
I'm going to give you one more. You must see, my wife is yelling at me. It's too loud. Did you hear her?
Tell Kristen there's a rat in the house. You're trying to protect her.
What? Oh, she says I'm scaring Moolah. Okay, so you just... See, it's hard to be a great outdoorsman, an avid outdoorsman, and live in Los Angeles when you got a damn pellet gun. This thing, and this thing has a suppressor on the end of it, so that makes it even louder, right? Here's the thing about this cocksucker. This thing is 47 inches long, an inch shy of 4 foot. And it's a goddamn pellet gun, for God's sake. This sumbitch is longer than my 7 mag and my 300 Win mag at the ranch.
Dude, you got a scope on that thing?
Yes, I do. It's a 3 to 9 variable.
Is it got a lighted...
No, it doesn't have a lighted
thing?
reticle, but it's a 3 to 9 variable scope. Now, that's the scope that came with the gun. Who puts a 3 to 9 variable scope on a fucking pellet gun? Well, I got a 3x9.
I got a 3x9 fixed on mine. with a lighted. I got the lighted crosshairs on there.
Teddy, if I started shooting this thing in a goddamn yard at a damn rat or something like that, first of all, the bullets are goddamn powerful. It'd rip our heads off or just shred them to pieces. And then the damn BB would ricochet so goddamn far. And if I tried to shoot a possum or a rat crossing on a high line, I mean, there's no telling the kind of damage I could do with this thing had I missed. And then just the pellet just goes screaming into the night. And, you hear somebody yell a quarter mile away. You see some guy on Lincoln Boulevard grab his left eye. What the fuck? All of a sudden, I got a lawsuit on my hands because I'm trying to keep, help out Animal Patrol over here, killing fucking rats and possums. So, man, it just ain't working out over here for me. But that's my pellet gun story, Ted. Hey, got to take a minute here to say thank you to the sponsors who let me do this for you free every week. And that includes Dollar Shave Club. Thanks to Dollar Shave Club, you don't need to choose between price and quality to get an amazing and affordable shave. And to prove how great the Dollar Shave Club shave really is, they're giving you your first month free to join the club. Dollar Shave Club delivers amazing razors right to your front door for a third of the price of what the greedy razor companies charge. So you save a bundle of money, and you no longer have to go to the store to buy razors. Swig of water for no more shopping trips. Dollar Shave Club has a great lineup of blades. I use the Executive Blade, and when you pair that with Dr. Carver's shave butter, you get about the smoothest shave money can buy. With DollarShaveClub.com/unleashed, you can look, smell, and shave like $1 million without paying for it. So give it a try. You'll see the products work, and the service is world class, and there's no commitment and no hidden fees. You can cancel whenever you want. Just pay shipping, and after that, it's just a few bucks a month. So get your first month free at DollarShaveClub.com/unleashed. That's DollarShaveClub.com/unleashed. All right, everybody. Thank you for supporting all the sponsors of the Steve Austin Show. I joined Ted Fowler, 361, back in conversation. Do you even have a pellet gun? Because normally guys our age don't have pellet guns. It's 22s, or 17, or 22 Magnum, or just something it's a rimfire. But nobody fucks with pellet guns anymore. Everybody back in the day when I was a kid had a pellet gun. They're just not the coolest things to have.
I actually do have a pellet gun, man, because I got with those chickens. I got a bunch of rats out there, eating the scratch grain, and then I've got a bunch of red squirrels that are up in the trees that just annoy the shit out of me. Yeah, but I've actually got a pretty nice 22 caliber pellet gun with a suppressor. It's a little quieter than yours. God
damn, I mean, this son of a bitch. Yeah. What brand is like a Crossman, a Beeman? What is it?
No, it's made by a company called Stoger. This thing was about $350, man. I mean, you think, for a pellet gun, goddamn, really? Yeah. It's not like I'm sending a kid to college, so what the hell? I may as well buy it. Oh, dude.
How often are you out there popping rats in your yard? Because, dude, you're on a little bit of acres right there in Rockport. I mean, if you just go out there, bust out there with a lever action 22, ain't nobody going to say shit.
Dude, but the problem is, man, I'm in the city of Rockport, and I just recently got in a little Hatfield and McCoy action with my damn neighbor, that idiot. He's out there shooting at ducks on the water with his pistol, which is, not only is it illegal to be discharging a firearm in the city of Rockport, dude, you're shooting at ducks with a handgun. Use your head, man, because I can see him, he can see me. So you're shooting a pistol on your pond? Come on, dude.
Well, here's the thing. For you people that don't know a lot about shooting guns on a pond, if you're shooting and there's someone is behind the pond, that bullet will ricochet and skim off that water and keep going forward.
Yeah, that's something that's come off of there hotter than a $3 pistol, and there's no telling where it's going to wind up. Hey, hooty-hoo, I'm over here, Yeah. So, no, dude, actually, you talk about living the dream. Often, I will wake up in the middle of the night and grab a spotlight and go out to the chicken coop, see if I can't close out a rat or two. That's how exciting my life is.
Well, not to delve into your personal life too much, but I want to go back to that neighbor, because when your neighbor has a gun, he's trying to shoot ducks on the pond, and he's got a pistol in his hand. How do you quell this situation without escalating it into a not a good situation. It's like, hey, you motherfucking stupid cocksucker, put the pistol down. The ducks are on the water. I'm over here. I gave you a hooty hoot half an hour ago, and you're still trying to shoot the goddamn ducks. What do you do?
No, dude, I walked to the back of the property, and, I was looking at them. They're looking at me, so common sense would prevail, and they'd be all right, man, let's stop. Well, no. They proceed to rattle off 3 or 4 more rounds. So I walked back to the house, get the keys of the Dodge before it started overheating. Drove over there to his property, and I got out, dude, cool, calm. I mean, real calm. And for me, that's something. I get out, and I don't swear, I don't slam my door, nothing. I said, hey, dude, I don't care what you guys do over here, but I mean, honestly, dude, do not shoot, a firearm. We're too close. Everybody can see everybody's house. And the guy, of course, bows up because he's got his wife there, and he's like, well, who the hell are you? And I'm like, oh, sir, you see that brown house over there? That's who I am. I'm just asking you, dude. Just be cool. I don't want to get the cops involved. Just don't shoot. And he's like, we're in the county. I can do whatever the hell I want. And I'm like, oh, boy, here we go. Yeah, so it just unraveled. It just unraveled from there.
Does it not have any goddamn common sense or etiquette that if someone's in the background or the backdrop or whatever, there's a chance that a damn stray bullet could come flying? Is he that fucking stupid that he don't realize that and he's going to bow up on you because his wife is present?
Yeah, dude, he's that fucking stupid, and he had a couple of cocktails, and he's got to, he's got to assert his, his machismo there in front of mama, and I'm sitting there going, dude, you can hardly get yourself out of a bathtub, and you're going to bow up over something like this? Come on, dude, real deal, because he's a couple of years older than me, and I think if push came to shove, but dude, it just fucking stupid. I mean, his wife, who apparently her apple didn't fall far from the tree, she says, well, we weren't aiming towards your house. Well, goddamn, honey, I ain't the only house around here, so what do you do?
Well, I'll tell you what you might start doing, Teddy, if it's going to come down to a fight. Way back in the day, there was a movie called Rocky, and he was training for a fight against a guy who was going to fight named Apollo Creed. And so Rocky would get up early in the morning and drink about 6 raw eggs, and then he'd put on his gray sweatsuit, and then he'd go run around Philadelphia to get in shape. And then he'd run up some steps, and he'd put his arms up in the air. And there was always a good soundtrack when he was running on that route. He goes, da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da-da. So, Teddy...
Dude.
Dude, I'm just trying to look out for your ass, goddammit. This motherfucker too stupid to reason with. You said, hey, here's what's up. That brown house over is mine. I ain't shooting towards you. That ain't the point. There's neighbors around. This motherfucker's so stupid, you might have to go into some fucking fight camp. So drink you about 6 raw eggs tomorrow. Hit you about 2 or 3 miles, go clock it, and you can't use your Dodge because it don't work. Get in one of your vehicles, go clock you off 2 to 3 miles. Don't go big right off the bat because you got to work your way up to it. Maybe just run down the block and back the first time, for fuck's sake. Do a couple of crunches, do some shadow boxing. Watch, let me see, UFC 203 just got over. Watch the next UFC card, pick up some tips, single leg, double leg, something easy. Just get the fat fuck off his feet, ground and pound. But you got to train for this, Teddy. And you can find the soundtrack on iTunes for that Rocky. And also, what also works as well, Eye of the Tiger by Survivor. You want me to hum that one for you?
Dude, I told you. Christmas is right around the corner. I told you the other week I gave up cheese, man, so I'm well on my way to getting in better shape for this guy. Yeah.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Man, did you give up anything else?
No, dude. How's no caffeine doing you?
Dude, I'm smooth sailing. I mean, it just was, and the only reason I quit caffeine was just, like I said, because I would drink so much of it. It was like a gut bomb in the morning because of my eggs and my oatmeal. Right. So, obviously you think, okay, caffeine. You've been drinking caffeine in a shit pile for all these years. You think there'd be some consequences to pay, or you're going to be in harm's way, or just feel like shit for a couple of days, or you always hear people say, well, no, if you quit caffeine, you get headaches. I ain't getting shit.
Right.
You'll start yawning a couple times during the day, but that lasts for about 5 or 6 days, and then once you kick out of that, I don't miss all the Diet Red Bulls. Everybody say all the time, I'll be drinking a fucking Diet Red Bull. Man, what are you doing? Well, I'm drinking a Diet Red Bull. That shit's bad for you. Well, goddamn, all the shit I did to myself, drinking a fifth of whiskey, vodka every damn night, the whole time I was wrestling, all the goddamn pain pills, all the bullshit I put my body through, all the party stuff through back in the day, and now drinking a little goddamn drink in a blue and silver can is going to kick my ass? Please. Come on, man. So anyway, I stopped doing that shit just because I figured if I was going to give up caffeine, I was going to give it all up. And so that's going fine. And what I'm doing, Teddy, right now I think I'm sitting at when I get on the scale Saturday is my weigh day. Because if I weigh every single day, you've done it before because you've been on diets with me. You get on that diet, and all of a sudden you start jumping on a scale every single day. Here's the thing, water fluctuation. Sometimes, if you might hit a good weigh-in and you weigh yourself the next day, you might be up anywhere from 1 to 3 pounds just because you're holding water. And if you've been on a diet for a while, it's a mind fuck because you sit there and think, well, goddamn, how'd I gain 3.5 pounds overnight? Because I got one of those scales that says 260 something 0.8 or whatever. It does the point. So It's not no regular scale. It's a regular scale, but it's just accurate. So my weigh day is on Saturday. So this Saturday, when I step on the scale, according to the way I've been dropping, I should be 261 point something, because last Saturday I was 263.2. So I'll be 1.5 pounds to almost 2 pounds lighter by the way everything's been going. I got to credit that to being extremely strict and extremely consistent on everything that I've eaten. The elimination of the alcohol at the end of the day is good because if you know anything about nutrition, once you put alcohol in your body, the alcohol has to be eliminated before your body can burn fat because it treats it as a toxin or a poison. So if you're trying to burn fat, now can you lose weight and still drink a couple of beers or some wine at night? Yeah, many people do it. But because I was having such a hard time, I eliminated everything. So I can't say, if I weighed the same for 2 weeks in a row, I can say, well, I guess I'm doing pretty good because I'm drinking a glass of wine every night or a glass and a half of wine, so that's not too bad. So I removed that from the equation. So to answer your question, it's all going hunky-dory, fine and dandy. Now, here's the thing. People say, God damn, well, what about the Broken Skull IPA? Well, fuck, what about it? When I get to 250, I'll start drinking the Broken Skull IPA again as I can, within staying the time of the weight, stay within between 250 and 253. So just right now on my path to getting there, I just lightened up the load, got everything strict, everything's copacetic. So it's been good. How's your deal with cheese? Any withdrawals?
No, dude, I'm pretty good there. I'm pretty good. I mean, is that your target weight to get down to 250?
Yeah, here's a story for you. A couple of years ago, I was in a movie called Expendables. I think I was number 32 on the call sheet. Did have a couple of lines. And so I had a meeting with Sylvester Stallone, down in Beverly Hills at his office. I'd never met Sly before. Obviously, I'm a huge Sylvester Stallone fan, going back to all of his movies, Paradise Alley, shit before he did Rocky. And, the guy's had a tremendous run. He's a hard worker, and he's a very smart guy. So anyway, go to his office, and, man, I walk in there, and I'm in pretty good shape. At that meeting, I weighed 243. I'll get to that in a minute. So all of a sudden, I walk around the corner. Man, there comes Sly. He just got on a pair of jeans and just a nice T-shirt. And, man, Sly, when he gets ripped up, he's real vascular. He's really cut. And I said, hey, man, nice to meet you finally. He goes, nice to meet you. And I was looking at his forearms. I said, dude, what are you, about 3 or 4%? Body fat for you people that don't know. We're talking bodybuilding language here. I said, man, what are you, 3 or 4%? He goes, oh, I think about 4. He goes, come on in, let's talk. So anyway, that was that was my introduction to Sly. And, of course, just sitting there shooting a breeze, I got the part. Why did I start telling a story to begin with?
We're talking about your ideal weight, or where you wanted to be down to.
So and I had to segue into that story to make my point. But so anyway, he goes, I want you to be in the movie. You got the part. And so, man, I was in Beverly Hills. I get in my Bronco. I drive back to Marina Del Rey. And right when I'm walking out my front gate, my phone rings. And it's Sly. He goes, well, what are you weighing right now? I said, I'm weighing 243. He goes, I want you heavier than that. No. Shit, man, I take that back, Teddy. I weighed 237 that meeting. Dude, I ain't been 237 since before I got into the wrestling business, right out of college. That's how light I was, 237 pounds. He goes, I want you a little bit heavier than that. So I put some carbs back in and got to 245. So, dude, by the time I met you, shit, I think probably the lightest I'd ever been was probably 260. So everything kind of spiraled out of control. So 250, Kristen thought I was too light at 237. I didn't mind it. Now that I'm 51, I don't really give a shit to be heavy. So I figured if she thought I was too light at 237, I've been 245 and held that pretty good. I think 250 is a safe round number, and so that's kind of the number I'm shooting for.
That's cool.
Kristen's
I did Stallone.
Well, yeah, I was
Go
talking about Kristen just walked in. She never wants to be on a podcast. I hijacked her to be on a podcast the other day, and she goes, I heard my name. She's got her damn ears like a goddamn eagle. I don't know if eagles can hear good as well as they can see. She goes, I heard my name. No, it was Ted asked me my ideal weight, and I said 243. But then I remembered when I saw Sly that one time at the meeting for the Expendables, I was 237, and you thought I was too light at that weight.
Yeah, you're skinny.
She thought I was skinny. God damn it. Me skinny ever?
You were.
Okay. Anyway, I was skinny at 237, Teddy, so I'm shooting for 250. Kristen, get out of here. I'm trying to make an award-winning podcast with Ted Fowler.
How was Teddy's fishing trip?
I'm going to ask him about the fishing trip in a minute. I'll give you the details later. Dude, I'm shooting for 250 because I think it's manageable, and I think I can walk around that comfortable. Like you see some of those fighters cut weight to get down to make a weight class. 237, I don't know if I'd have been able to hold 237 for very long. I was on a diet when I met Sly. So I think 250 is livable, and it's realistic.
Right.
Where you at?
Dude, I'm 251 right now.
Dude,
Down.
That's the heaviest you've been in a while, ain't it?
Yeah, well, dude, I got off the rails when I hurt my arm and I couldn't lift. The only thing I could lift was a beer can. God damn, dude, I went up to 256. It was like, son of a bitch. I'd back up and I'd hear a beeping going off. It's like, fucking really? Yeah, no, dude, and then cut out that cheese and look what happened. No, dude, I cut out a bunch of alcohol and I'm down to 251 right now.
So what are you trying to get down to?
Man, real deal, I'd like to be 245.
Oh, dude, you're 6 pounds away.
Yeah. It's just my diet right now is for shit because my work schedule, is so hectic. I get up and I'm on the run. I don't do my eggs like I'm supposed to. Don't do a shake. I'm only eating, two meals today. I had one about 10 o'clock and I'll have one when we're done, with the podcast. And I mean, dude, it's 9 o'clock at night and I've only eaten one time today.
Dude, I can hear that bottle of Jack Daniels in your freezer calling your name right now.
Dude, I just don't. I got too much shit going on, to hit that stuff. And I know on an empty belly, I'll feel, like Fido's ass in the morning. And I got to start a tile floor tomorrow, so I don't want to be crawling around on this lady's floor on my knees, Yeah, going, hey, hold on. Don't worry, ma'am. It's all part of the process.
Okay, need to give a quick word of thanks to all the sponsors of the Steve Austin Show and to you guys for supporting all the sponsors. And that, of course, includes the one that could win you some serious instant cash, DraftKings.com. It's 1 week fantasy football, so that means no season-long commitments. You ain't stuck with the same players. You can draft a new lineup every time you play. And if you use my promo code UNLEASHED, you can play for free with your first deposit. And this weekend, DraftKings is hosting another huge fantasy contest with over $1 million in total prizes up for grabs. And hey, you don't need to come in first, second, and third to cash in. The player who finished 800th in the Week 1 fantasy football contest took home $100. He came in 800th and still won a good chunk of change. At DraftKings, you can create a custom league for your family and friends, or you can join one of the existing leagues and go head-to-head with fantasy players around the country. And you don't got to be no football expert to play at DraftKings. They got beginner contests, too. So get to DraftKings.com now and choose your players for this weekend's contest. Use my promo code UNLEASHED and play for free with your first deposit. That's promo code UNLEASHED to play for free for your share of over $1 million in total prizes this weekend. Only at DraftKings.com. Eligibility restrictions may apply. See website for details. Hey, Teddy, let me ask you a question. The other day, I know you didn't hear the podcast. I was down in Beverly Hills. I was getting some blood work done. I always get my blood checked, and I'm also going to give a pint of blood. And so I go down there, and I park at this damn parking meter, because I think I'm just going to be in and out, right? And I've told this story before, so I'll make a long story short to the people who heard me talk about it on Tuesday. So anyway, they got the kind of gimmick parking meters over here that you use a credit card on. Well, the longest you can buy is an hour worth of time. I get in there, they take me right to the back, but I'm sitting there waiting. And I'm thinking, man, I need to go put some quarters in that machine or I'm going to get my car towed. Well, I didn't see, Teddy, 30 yards down the road, they had a sign that said no parking after 3 p.m. So, man, I thought I was going to be in and out. Now I'm in this motherfucker for the long haul. So I can't go put in quarters in the machine. The lady comes to draw my blood or put the bag on it or whatever you call it, and she sticks me in one of the damn veins. And normally I got great veins. But the day before I was in the doctor's office getting my elbow drained, and Elatrash was checking my shoulder. So I had a compression sleeve on my left arm for a solid day. So that compression sleeve kind of squashed in on my veins. So she gets about a cunt hair's worth of blood out of my left arm and says, okay, let me try your right arm. You know my right arm doesn't straighten out, Teddy. So she sticks the goddamn needle in my damn arm, and that motherfucker gets about 50, 60 cc's, and she goes, well, if it doesn't speed up, maybe I hate to stick you again, but we might have to. And I'm thinking, yeah, because I ain't got all fucking day, and I know I got a big-ass ticket on the windshield of my car. So I'm thinking that. I didn't tell her that. They were very nice people. And so she comes back around. She says, what do you think? I said, stick me again. So anyway, lady comes over and jacks one in my damn left arm about 3 inches away from the other one. And now she's got a gusher. Got a goddamn, it's like one of them old oil field movies. Goddamn, with the oil shooting out of the ground. The blood's going down that tube. It fills up the pint. And damn near lickety split, I'm out of there. But when they take all the needles out of my arms, they wrap both of the cruxes of my elbows with pink tape, to keep the Band-Aids on. So I'm walking outside. I got camouflage shorts, a T-shirt on, my baseball cap, and my sunglasses, and I got these pink fucking bandanas around my fucking biceps. I look like an Ultimate Warrior. And I walked over there and to where my car was parked, and it ain't there no more because it got towed away because I was in a no parking zone after 3 p.m. So I find out where the tow yard is, and it's about almost a mile away. And so I'm mad. I'm distraught. I was at the place way longer than I had anticipated being there, and I hadn't really had any food. And I'm thinking, no, it's Friday, and this is how I'm going to start my motherfucking weekend off? I might as well walk to the bar and get shit-faced. So when you walk outside of a meeting or a thing like I was at and your car is gone, because you have a significant other, I do, what's the first thing a married guy would do?
They call mama, let her know.
Call my wife. Call my wife, say, you ain't gonna believe this. You know, I got to tell her how dumb I am so she can pile on and tell me how really stupid I am for not paying attention to the fact that, goddamn, there's a sign 30 yards away telling you can't park here. So I call my wife, say, you ain't gonna believe this. Goddamn, I got towed. And she goes, towed? Steve, you didn't see the sign? And right away she starts railing at me. Let me do the billboard. And I'm like, God damn. You know, and I'm thinking, man, I done had 3 fucking needles in my arms. Look at my arms today, Teddy. I mean, they're so bruised up because they're putting that little gliding needle in and out, trying to find that damn vein. And so I got these bruises on my forearms. I've been at the gym for the last 3 days working out, and nobody said nothing to me about it. But I look like a goddamn heroin addict in there banging weights, trying to rehab my shoulder, get my damn swell on, with these bruises all over the cruxes of my arms. I look like a fucking moron. So I figured, well, I guess I'll just, and I said, you know, what do you think about coming and getting me? Well, nah. My wife wasn't going to get it in their damn car, drive from Marina Del Rey to Beverly Hills. Now, it's only probably 10 miles as the crow flies, but it's L.A. traffic, and it's now getting towards 4:30, 4:45. She ain't going to drive down and pick me up. So Teddy, right when I called Teddy a while ago, he was watching a movie. And we're not going to say the name of the movie he's watching, but you know how, Teddy, when you're watching
movies,
that. Yeah, I got to protect your credibility on the show. You always see in the movies when someone wants a damn cab, I say it's New York City or somewhere like that, let me cover up my microphone, just go, taxi! And all of a sudden, magically, a taxi just comes screeching up. Well, right. I'm in Beverly Hills. There's fucking cars going everywhere. It's damn near rush hour traffic, and there ain't a goddamn cab or taxi to be found. So now I'm thinking, I get in my damn iPhone, I tell Siri, call Beverly Hills taxi. She goes, I don't know what you're saying. I said, call Beverly Hills taxi, and Siri won't cooperate with me. So I said, you know what? I put in the address where the towing company was, Tip Top Towing in Beverly Hills. The lady upstairs in the office researched it for me. What, Kristen?
Nobody uses taxis hardly. They use Lyft, Uber, and all those other deals.
Nobody uses taxis anymore. They use Lyft, Uber, or
some other gimmick.
Some other gimmick. I'm trying to do a podcast with Ted, and you want to stick your head in the sliding door from China and tell me that nobody uses cabs anymore. If you go to LAX, there's fucking cabs out the ass. But if you're out there on a goddamn curb at 445 in Beverly Hills, there's a bunch of Mercedes and BMW and Range Rovers blowing your goddamn bandanas off your elbows, and I'm about to lose my pint of blood. I've already given a pint of blood, Teddy. I just want to go to the tow yard and get my goddamn car. But I got to walk to the police department and get a release first. And so I'm walking, and Siri's giving me the walk directions. You've Googled stuff on your iPhone before. Do you ever push the walk directions?
No, fuck.
Oh, well, yeah, that was about one of the first times I've ever done that. Now, if you drop me off in the middle of nowhere in the woods, I'll find my way home. But if I'm downtown somewhere or in Beverly Hills or somewhere, I don't know where the fuck I'm going. So fucking Sirius says, okay, go this way down Doheny Drive, left on Burton Way, right on Rexford, or whatever the fucking deal is. I go to the goddamn police department, Teddy, to wrap the damn story up, just how fucking shitty of a day I had. By the time it was all said and done, that day it cost me $543 between the towing fee, paying the ticket, getting it released, paying the towing service. Everybody had the goddamn hooks in. $483 is what it cost. $483. And my car was there for about a goddamn hour. And the least they could have done was fucking detail it for me.
How do you like living in the city?
Well,
Son of a bitch.
Well, $483, dude. That's a little stiff. And the thing about it was,
fuck yeah, it is.
If it was at it was at Tip Top Tow for about an hour, and that cost me $208. The Beverly Hills part, $117. They were very nice. And then the guy says, right when he brought my car around to me, and I walked there, I walked all the way to Beverly Hills Police Department, walked back to the tow yard, which I had passed on the way to the police department, and I also passed right by the Podcast One office on Maple Drive in Beverly Hills, and I called Norm, the guy that owns it, to see if he'd give me a ride, but he was having drinks over in Newport Beach. By the time it was all said and done, all that damn money, and no one had my car for over an hour. And I was just thinking, why didn't I park in underground parking? I've been in L.A. for 12 years. I should have known fucking better than that. That cost me $600, Teddy. So this Christmas, I don't know if you're going to have a stocking stuffer or not. Might be an empty box.
Got a thank you card from the Beverly Hills Police Department.
God damn it. Hey, man, I'm dying to know what happened down in Louisiana. Did y'all catch any fish? Was it fun?
Oh, dude, where to start? Was it fun? Yes, it was fun. Did we catch any fish? We caught probably 12 fish total, of which 4 were keeper tunas. Amongst 5 guys, that's not great. But going back to the other podcast, we were going to go down in two vehicles, and I was going to ride Weasel and Andy, and the other guys were going in theirs. Well, one of the original 6 dropped out, so we whittled it down to 5. So I got a call Monday night. Now remember, we're leaving Tuesday morning, 6 a.m. I got a call Monday night saying, hey, dude, one of the guys is sick and he's not going to go, so we're all going to jump in one vehicle. And I'm like, oh, boy. Yeah, so my greatest fear, is coming to light. We're going to put 5 adults in a Suburban with number of coolers, suitcases, stuff like that. So I promptly called Weasel and said, hey, man, what are we going to do about this? And he says, no, man, I'm driving. So we averted that calamity, got down there, and, dude, 11-hour road trip. That's a pretty long haul, but it was cool. I had never been to Louisiana. Drove through Baton Rouge, Louisiana, obviously Louisiana, New Orleans, went down to Venice, saw all that stuff that was underwater, with Katrina that rolled through there in 2005. So it was a little surreal seeing all of that stuff. Dude, there are no girls down there on that part of the earth. Yeah, it was tough.
Dude, did you eat any Cajun food? Because, man, Cajun food, Mexican food is my favorite food of all time, and Cajun food slides into second place, so right there along with a good steak. Man, crawfish, etouffee, gumbo, jambalaya, just that. When I go to New Orleans, or anywhere for that matter, in Louisiana, because I've wrestled in all them small towns and been there so many times, I love that state. Did you eat any real Cajun food?
You know what? The first night there, I had some crawfish etouffee, and that was phenomenal. And then the next night, I had a seafood pasta, which had kind of an angel hair pasta and grilled and fried shrimp with kind of a red Creole sauce over it. That was, man, it was big league. I mean, that stuff. I love spicy food, but it makes my tummy hurt. Actually, it makes my ass hurt. But that stuff was very good, very good. Yeah. And it was cool to hear those people talk, just a different accent, different dialect,
Oh, yeah, man. That's just that deep, is it what kind of French? Cajun.
Yeah.
I dig it. Hey, so y'all caught a couple of fish. What were y'all catching? First of all, what were you using for bait?
You know what? We went out to a rig after we, shoved off first thing in the morning, went out to one of the oil rigs, and we were using these things called sabiki rigs, which are, little teeny hooks, little teeny lures. And there's about 5 or 6 of them on a line, and you drop them down by the legs of those rigs. And you're catching either hardtails or little pogies or, just bait fish that are, anywhere from 3 inches to 6, 7 inches long. I don't exactly know the species, but you drop it down and you jig it a few times and reel it up, and you'd have 2 or 3 of them. Take it over to the live well, and the first mate, kid named Luke, who worked his ass off, he'd pull them off, and then you'd go back and fling it out there and do that. And in 30 minutes, we had 150 bait fish, in the live well. So we were loaded up and ready to go, but it was all live bait.
So, man, y'all went out and caught the bait. Did y'all not want to go by a bait shop and save the time? Because catching bait fish ain't exactly fun. You're using that because you want to put it on a big hook so you can go catch the fish at hand. So why not just go by the bait shop and then, why not go by the bait shop?
Oh, dude, that's a different kind of fishing down there. Here in Rockport, you go by the bait shop because they get, piggy perch and croaker and, mud minnows and, mullet and stuff like that, because the species we're going after is, 3 foot and less. But in theory, those tunas being, bigger fish, hell, they'd need a big old, bait well to hold all that live fish. Remember, we got 150, bait fish. So that's, 13 dozen just for our one boat. And I don't think logistically they could pull it off, And it may be part of that, go out and get into the groove, get warmed up by catching all of these bait fish. Dude, by the time we put our first bait into the water going after the tuna, hell, it's 10 o'clock in the morning, and we shoved off at 6:15.
God damn, man, you already been out in the water for 4 hours. See, man, we used to fish in Portacana. We'd either go by the bait shop, either had to go out there on the front beach and throw a cast net, catch some bait, put it in a damn bait bucket, and get on the damn boat and haul ass. So, if you got 5 guys there, and the first mate's doing all the work and helping you guys out, you got the captain running the ship, how many fish did y'all catch? And if you got 5 motherfuckers, how you split that shit up? Because y'all didn't go hog wild and catch everything in the damn sea.
No, dude, of the 12 fish that we caught, 8 of them went back because they were, either the wrong species or they were too small. So we caught 2 yellowfin and 2 blackfin tuna. So there's 4 fish and there's 5 guys. So basically they just filleted them all out, and then we just divvied them up, between the group, and everybody was happy with the experience. Goddamn, dude, we went 50 miles offshore in this boat, so that boat was badass, man. I got to send you a picture of it. It was 40 foot long. It was catamaran, dual hull. It had 4 Mercury 300 horse outboards on the back of it. That son of a bitch would scream being 40 miles an hour on the water. But if we're going out 50 miles, so you're an hour and 15 minutes one way to hit, one rig, move 20 minutes, because we're trying to find the fish and we just couldn't find them. So we did, burned up 220 gallons of fuel.
Oh, man, those big-ass motors will burn some fuel quick. So at any time you're thinking, but between the rigs or whatever, you're going, God damn, what the fuck was I thinking when I decided to come out here? Or we're just sitting there like, oh, man, this is great. I'm having a blast. Which one was it?
Oh, dude, here's the kick in the balls. We're tooling down the road, and who do you think loses their fucking ball cap? Hey, it's the first time on a boat. I'm a fucking Guggen. Ship. So somewhere out there in the Gulf of Mexico is a broken skull camo hat. So that cocksucker blows off my head, and I'm like, dude, really? Really? I came out here to work on my goddamn tan. I'm not dark enough. Now I got no ball cap. I'm putting on sunblock, with a mud trowel, because there's not a cloud in the sky. The sun is just beating down, and I'm trying to get under this guy's T-top, and the captain is looking at me like, hey, dude, yeah, I don't know how you guys roll in Texas, but in Louisiana, we don't like guys to be that close to us. Like, dude, it's, I'm getting a sunburn here, 3rd degree. Yeah, dude, my nose is burnt, my ears is burnt, my big old bottom lip is burnt. It's like, boy, this is fucking beautiful.
Well, goddamn, Teddy, why didn't you just say, hey, Captain, you ain't got extra ball cap handy, do you?
Dude, yeah. If I don't want my food to touch, I sure as fuck don't want to put somebody's hat on my head after it's rattled around on their noggin for a while. No telling what they got going on up there, but it ain't migrating over to my head.
Well, I feel you on that front because you don't just, like if you and me are out working somewhere on the Broken Skull Ranch and you and me are very good friends, if I'm out there sweating my ass off and I got my baseball cap on and you don't, I can see that the sun's in your eyes because you didn't bring your sunglasses. If I was to take my hat off and say, here, man, put this on to block that sun, you ain't going to take it because I've been sweating in the cocksucker and vice versa. If you say, hey, man, I know you got your fucking shades, put this hat on. I ain't going to wear it because you done been wearing it. So I feel you on that. But I figure if it's a charter service, Skipper ought to have a couple of goddamn hats in the goddamn starboard side of the boat because he's a charter.
Dude, the fucking gift shop was 60 miles back away from us. Yeah, no, that cocksucker ain't selling novelties. If you wanted a couple of shot glasses and a little commemorative spoon, he had that, but an extra ball cap, not so much.
Did you bring anything extra? I mean, like, because a lot of times, I mean, I've been smart enough at times, and obviously I'm dumb enough to get my car towed and too stupid to pull over a taxi and spend all day fucking around Beverly Hills, but every now and then, I'll bring an extra shirt just because, man, what if water splashes up, this, that, or whatever. Dude, if I got an extra shirt and I lose my cap or ain't got a cap because I was too dumb to bring it, I'll put that shirt on and put it around my shoulders and then just flip it back so my head's sticking out. I look like a fucking moron, but I ain't getting all fucking torched. Did you try to resource any kind of things like that?
No, dude, that didn't even enter my mind. I carried a travel bag onto the boat, but it had, my iPhone in it because I could see that cocksucker falling overboard. And then here we are, Baffin Bay once again. Sunscreen, had my broken skull knife with me, some money, my fishing license, my billfold, bullshit like that. But no, I mean, dude, I'm 50 fucking years old. I've been running around a long time and not lost a goddamn ball cap. Been on a number of boats, and then the first time I'm out there, I took the goddamn hat off, took my sunglasses off to put on some sunscreen. Gust of wind comes, whoop, there goes the hat, and I'm like, motherfucker. And the current is running so strong, it's, it's out of reach. And dude, me, man, I ain't going to say, I wouldn't say shit if I had a mouthful, not in front of all the guys, so I just watch that hat slowly go away. It's like,
well, nobody said something like, hey, lost the hat.
Dude, that motherfucker ain't going to turn that 40-foot boat around for a goddamn ball cap. He's like, dude, that son of a bitch is trying to get us on some fish, and them guys I'm with, they're like, yeah, dude, they're bitter because they're old and I got all my hair, so they're like, fuck you,
Dude, you should have reached over and tapped a skipper on the back and said, Skipper, you were driving so fast, my hat flew off. I was wondering if you could do a semicircle. We'd go back and fetch it.
Captain Stubing, can I borrow that fucking dip net? Yeah. No, dude. That's one of those man moments, where you're like, fuck it, I don't need no goddamn hat. About 42 minutes into that cocksucker, I was like, good God. Yeah.
You better swim back over and get your fish your goddamn hat out of the ocean with a goddamn fish net, put it back on wet as a motherfucker. All of a sudden, he's goddamn what the fuck? You take your hat off and there's a fucking bait fish in that motherfucker. And then you yell at your buddy, Weasel, well, goddamn it, Weasel, don't just stand there, put it in the bait well. Goddamn, I'm over trying to get bait. What the fuck y'all doing? See, you got to turn it around.
Dude, you should have gone on that trip with us, man. It's a little more common sense was just what we needed on that thing.
Dude, here's the thing, man. I like going out and doing shit like that, but I do it with you, or I go by myself, or like my dad or somebody like that. Man, I'm just not pack up a herd of guys and just go. I like to, dude. I'm way too fucking solo. So, yeah, and plus, well, I could do it, Teddy, if it was in Rockport and I was in Rockport visiting you. But I ain't driving 11 hours with a bunch of guys in 2 cars just because can't do it.
Oh, dude, and I mean, it was one of those deals where, the opportunity to go tuna fishing and I'm cool with that. And it's, we're going to head out of Venice. Well, fuck, I should have looked at a globe at the minimum, let alone a fucking map or something, find out exactly where Venice was in relationship to Rockport, Texas. And I may have changed my view of things, oh dude, but going down there and, those guys are, those guys are those guys, I mean, dude, if you're a loner, it is what it is. I mean, go to dinner and it's like, hey man, we're going to get these appetizers and throw the Creole sampler on the table. It's like, dude, I've been fishing with you nasty motherfuckers all day. I saw where you had your hands. I saw the shit you guys were doing. You're scratching your ass and you're picking your nose and that type of shit, getting between both them motors, standing off the back, taking a piss. It's like, dude, I didn't see any Purell on this motherfucker. And now we're going to divvy up, 4 coconut encrusted shrimp between the 5 of us. Fuck it. Count me out.
And the one coconut shrimp is going to be kind of connected to the other one by the tail or something. And so the guy's going to reach in there with his dick beater and separate the 2 and be polite and not just eat 2 of the cocksuckers. And like, well, you just negated one totally good coconut shrimp because you touched the motherfucker. So it's like when I'm in a restaurant, I don't give it. Dude, I've done it with you. Or if I'm out here in Los Angeles or whatever, when we're there, and Kristen could be there, our friends, whatever, everybody can order what the fuck they want. Like, I'll say, hey, man, get some of this, some of this, some of that for the table. I want, and then, boom. And then they come over, the server comes over and says, oh, that was for the table, that's for the table. Not, that one goes right here. Because I ain't sharing my shit with nobody because don't want nobody's handing my food, don't want to stick their fork in my food. Always get this, when you're eating with somebody, maybe it's someone that you kind of know, but you don't really know them. But even if you did, it don't matter. It's, oh, man, this fucking redfish is awesome. You want to try some? And they shove their plate at you because you're like back in cafeteria days before I got so anal about my ways. If someone didn't like it's like a prison movie. You have those square trays with the little dividers. It's, hey man, do you want my so and so? And you just back your tray up to theirs and just spoon it all over. And these all. But now that I'm 51 and I'm set in my ways. No, man, if you'd have offered me a piece of that motherfucker before you put your fork in it, and I know you're offering me the side that you haven't touched yet, but I don't know the rate of speed with which a germ can run or travel, how they get places. I know that fish is only about 4 or 5 inches wide, but since you done stuck your fork in that motherfucker and stuck in your goddamn pie hole, I don't want nothing to do with it. So, I don't know, but people say, hey, you want some of this? No, I don't. We was out to eat in Santa Monica a couple of months ago. The last time me and Kristen ever went to dinner with anybody. We'll do lunch. We just won't go out to eat dinner anymore. And the guy ordered for his main course baby carrots. Who in the fuck orders baby carrots for your main course? And his main course gets there, and I got a goddamn steak. Kristen's got a salad because she's a vegetarian. Maybe she's got a pasta option or something. And the guy's over there. Oh, these baby carrots are awesome. Oh, these baby carrots are awesome. Anybody want one? And the other person who was there said, oh, I'll try one. And they're sharing the baby carrots. First of all, who orders a baby carrot? And then you want to start sharing them with everybody. No, I don't want the fucking baby carrots. You didn't use your fork to stir the cocksuckers around and you want to offer me one? What is this, an insult? Fuck, I throw my
Who the fuck you go to dinner with, Roger Rabbit?
God damn it. You met him. I'll tell you who want to hang up the Skype.
Okay.
You don't order no baby. No, dude, I just can't share food. And all of a sudden, everybody wants to go out and have a good time. Everybody's having a drink. It's fun. But when it comes time to order for the table, I want my fucking appetizer because if I pick up the check or I don't, or we chip in, we do it separate, it doesn't matter. I want my food. I want my main course, and I want my appetizer exclusively. I just said, hey, for the table, so everybody else can eat that shit because I know I'm not going to eat that shit. Or if I do, I will be the first one to reach in there or fork something, and then I won't touch it again. Strategy.
Correct. Hey, dude, remember when we had our little team meeting, pre-trip and, everybody got together and, we went to lunch and discussed the whole fishing trip, and I hit him with the old, the attempt at humor about, finding some hookers down there in Louisiana, and it was nothing but crickets.
You got over like a fart in church.
Dude, we get back after that day of fishing, and I mean, of course, I am the most sunburnt of them all. We get all cleaned up and dolled up and getting ready to go out, and one of the guys breaks out some bottle of tequila, some brand that I had never even heard of, and I'm not a big tequila guy. I'll drink the margaritas, but as far as shooting tequila, no, not so much. Guys like, hey man, we'll do some tequila shots. You in for a tequila shot? Now remember, I'm the youngest guy there. Yeah. So everybody's looking at me like, this kid, he may very well be the Antichrist, if our wives were here. So they said, hey, big boy, you gonna do some tequila? And I go, fuck yeah, man. Last time I did some tequila, I wound up in jail in Mexico, so I'm good. Let's go. Dude, you could have heard a pin drop. Those guys, all the blood drains out of their face, and I'm like, my people. Yeah, don't worry, guys. I'm not going to do anything stupid down here. Let's have our shot of, Yeah, well, I don't know.
Yeah, but I thought where you were going with that, I thought you were going to say, okay, you got a bottle of tequila. There's a bunch of guys in a room fixing to go out or wherever the fuck you guys at. And all of a sudden, they say, man, you want a shot of tequila? And you go, oh, yeah, fuck yeah, I'm in. Last time I had tequila, I got thrown in a jail in Mexico. So the guy looks at you like you're an idiot. And so he said, oh, well, fuck it. So he takes a big pull off the tequila bottle and sticks it over towards your face. That means you got to wrap your lip around that tequila bottle.
No, dude, I'd have called Uber and got a ride back to Rockport right then. Fuck that.
Dude, you've been around plenty of parties. That's the moment. Oh man, let's pass around a bottle of Jack. No, you can pass it around because I'm gonna be over here with my bottle of Jack, drinking out of it the way I want to. Steve, can I have some of your Jack? You got something I can pour it into because you ain't gonna put it in your fucking mouth.
Yeah. Oh, goddamn.
So did y'all have little tequila shooting glasses or just a solo cup you can pour con air in? Or how'd you shoot the tequila? Because I know you ain't going to taste the tequila and share the bottle with everybody.
No, dude, they had little plastic shot glasses. This guy came prepared.
Now that's at least he was thoughtful enough to buy some bogus-ass brand of tequila. Was it? What the fuck?
It wasn't. It was an offshoot of Don Julio. It was like Don Corleone or Don Knotts or something. I don't know what it was, but it wasn't one of the top shelf brands.
But anyway, tequila nonetheless. At least somebody was smart enough to have some goddamn little cups or something. Did y'all have any lime salt or y'all just drink?
We had limes.
Because sometimes, man, I like that smooth-ass tequila, but sometimes you like something with a little bite to it as well. But when you get that shit that just tastes like diesel fuel, and it's like, oh, boy, I just wish I had a con hair's worth of salt and a fucking lime to bite into. But, and if you ain't got that, I just can't drink too much of it. It's got to be some decent tequila. I just can't drink dog shit. I'm too old to drink dog shit tequila anymore, Teddy. If it ain't worth the fuck, why should I drink it? I want to enjoy drinking it for heaven's sake.
Dude, what's that tequila with the yellow label, square bottle?
Fuck. Sauza or...
No, lower than that. Nope. I got to go to the liquor store tomorrow. I'll send you a picture of it. But I mean, it's anyway. This stuff wasn't certainly wasn't Patron.
Dude, that guy a couple of years ago sent me that big-ass bottle of liquor down at the ranch a couple of years ago, and we was drinking that stuff with the pine cone-looking glass structure and bottle. I think it was Milagro or something like that. That was some smooth-ass shit.
Oh, dude, yeah.
God damn, we drank the fuck out of that, and then, well, I can't wait till we get, let me see. By according to my diet, in 7 weeks, I should be at the coveted 250 mark. I'm searching for, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, it's going to be the end of October. It'll be November 1st, I think, by the time I get to where I'm going on my weight. And at that point, I'm not going to have any alcohol until then, and I'm not going to go hog wild crazy and fuck up all the hard work I put in. But I guess the point I'm trying to make is I'm damn sure ready for, one, to bring some Broken Skull IPA to the ranch, and two, to have a goddamn stout ass. And this, I mean, if those fucking Broken Skull Ranch margaritas ain't stout enough the way I make them, this sumbitch is going to be double stout just because I'm ready to have some alcohol in my goddamn system. But I will abstain until I hit the 250. So let it be written, so let it be done.
You got more willpower than I do, man. And the nice thing about that is you'll have 13 days of dove hunting left.
God damn it, we'll be throwing the goddamn bullets at them and drinking Broken Skull Ranch margaritas. Fuck, I might get down to 248 just so I can live on tequila for 3 days.
I got to go out there and build a palapa in the middle of one of them pad sites. Be like, dude, really? Really, palm fronds? Yeah, dude, that's where we shoot doves.
Well, Teddy, here's what's going on. I'm about to hang up, finish packing up my clothes, get ready for a meeting tomorrow, and blast off to Sparks, Nevada to see Mitch. I'll be checking in with you. When are you going back down to the ranch?
I'm laying tile this week. It will probably be the middle to the tail end of next week before I can break away and go down there.
Hey, you seen a goddamn deer or anything with antlers? I know they're still in velvet. They're still growing now. Have you seen many deer?
Dude, I set out a couple of trail cams, so I'm real excited to pull the cards on that. I saw a deer by Turnbuckle. That damn thing had brow tines almost up to his G2s. Now, his G2s weren't shit, nor were his G3s because he was in velvet. But that son of a gun had probably six-inch brow tines, real deal.
That'd be good. I can't believe, man, the dude the other day was down at the ranch doing some work, and he saw Don Julio. We were sitting there talking about tequila. We had a buck out there named Don Julio. I was hunting that deer all last year and never saw hide nor hair of him. And all of a sudden, the guy's out there at the ranch, and he sees him. He's still in velvet. He's on the downside because now I think that deer's 8.5 years old. And if I don't see him this year, as good as you are with wood, you're going to have to whittle this motherfucker some crutches.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that son of a bitch is coming to the protein, I will have a picture of him.
I hope you get a picture of him because I just like to see how he gets. I know someone that has a ranch down there. It's very similar to mine. It's a lot bigger ranch, but they're on the same kind of program. And this guy swears to God, he goes, a deer around 8.5, 9.5 years old will start making a comeback and get bigger horns than he had when he was 6.5, 7.5, because now he's not chasing pussy anymore. He just wants to eat and just do his own thing. So all the nutrition goes to his horns. And I'm thinking, man, I ain't never seen that in all the years I've been hunting, and especially 9 years down at the Broken Skull Ranch. When our deer get 8.5 years old, those sawbucks just start looking like shit. Pot belly, no shoulders, eyes all sagging, limping to the goddamn feeder. I mean, I ain't never seen no deer make a comeback unless these motherfuckers are on TRT or deer growth hormone.
Yeah, dude, neither have I. I mean, that's totally different mindset than what we're seeing, but it is what it is.
Hey, let me ask you something. Now, speaking about the PEDs, let's talk about something for the deer, because there was a couple of ball players that was using some of that. It was the stuff you spray on something, or you spray it in the back of your mouth. It was off a deer antler. You remember reading about that shit a while back?
No, I do not.
Oh, yeah, man. It's some kind of supplement, and I guess they outlawed it. And I guess you spray it on the back of your mouth, but it is almost like a testosterone kind of thing. I'll do some research, and I'll send you the articles on it. I thought you might have heard it. But anyway, fuck that. Let's ride off into the sunset. Teddy, I appreciate you joining me. I've been busy doing all these goddamn things, and I was supposed to be interviewing other people and talking to other people, but I didn't feel like talking to anybody else. I felt like talking to you, so that's why I called you and said, you got anything to talk about? And Teddy said, man, I ain't got shit. I said, well, I'll just tell you my stories, and you can respond accordingly. On Twitter,
you lead the way, I'll follow.
On Twitter, he's Ted Fowler 361. On Instagram, he's Ted Fowler 361. Teddy, I'll catch you down the road. Okay, one last thank you before they give me the go-home cue, and this one's to Diamond Dallas Page and DDP Yoga. Y'all know that DDP Yoga has changed thousands of lives, including the lives of some of your favorite pro wrestlers. The one and only Jake the Snake, Big Scott Hall, Mick Foley, AJ Styles, and Y2J Chris Jericho. And DDP Yoga can change your life, too. And believe me when I say Dallas has made it real easy for you to get on the program. His new DDP Yoga Now app means you can do DDP Yoga anytime, anywhere, and you can do it right from your phone or your tablet. And the app has a lot more in it than just the workouts. By connecting to a Bluetooth heart rate monitor, you can track your calories and heart rate in real time. You can track your pain, measurements, and progress photos too, all for free in the app. And like I said, you've got tons of workouts to choose from. The original DDP Yoga workouts, the new 2.0 workouts, and weekly live workouts from the DDP Yoga Performance Center. And to make it even easier than he's already made it, for a limited time, you can get the DDP Yoga DVDs for 20% off, plus 3 months of full access to the DDP Yoga Now app. Just go to ddpyoga.com/Austin. That's ddpyoga.com/Austin to take advantage of this great deal. Commit now. Change your life now. Go to ddpyoga.com/Austin to get started. All right, everybody, give me the go-home cue. It's time to wrap up this podcast and ride off into the sunset. And when I say ride off into the sunset at high noon, I'm heading down to Sparks, Nevada with the family and the silver RV. Everybody's packed up, ready to go, and we are hauling ass. Hey, Tuesday, I gave you guys something to watch. I said, hey, don't miss out on the presidential debate. God damn. Whew, did anybody watch the debate? 2 things I'll take away from this debate. And I'm not going to get into politics, but I watched the debate because I told you guys to watch it. And I found out that Hillary Clinton can read notes off a podium as good as anyone when it comes time to answering a question. And I also found out that Donald Trump can get asked a question and never, ever answer the question as many times as you try to get him to answer the question. So to make up for the debate that I asked you guys to watch, because I don't know how informative it was as far as helping anybody make a decision on who they want to vote for President of the United States of America come November, I got one that I was going through some of my old bookmarks and that I really dig. If you're into blues, give it a shot. If you're not into blues, don't check it out. But it's called, once you Google in YouTube, type in Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan, Blues Jam Special. Man, these guys just sitting around playing the guitars, and Albert King is talking and Stevie's following along. And it's 2 of the all-time great blues legends, and I just love both of them. And you can just tell, man, they're just having the best time of their life, laying down some serious jams and just spinning off each other. 2 guys having a good time. So I watched that again. And, man, as a Stevie Ray Vaughan fan, you can also check in Stevie Ray Vaughan live at El Macombo Theater in Canada or the old Montreux Jazz Festival, stuff like that, or live from Austin City Limits, the performance from 1983 and I think 1987. But that's my pick, Albert King and Stevie Ray Vaughan, Blues Jam Special, 2 blues legends having a great time. Hey, man, ProWrestlingTees.com/Austin is about to have a bunch of new T-shirts, all the ones I wore on this new season of Broken Skull Challenge. You can also find them on BrokenSkullRanch.com. And as far as the best damn IPA in the United States of America, it's called Broken Skull IPA from El Segundo Brewing Company. In Cali, you can find it at Whole Foods and Total Wines. If you don't live in Cali, you can find it at InsideTheCellar.com and see if they ship to your state. Also, it's at BrokenSkullRanch.com. And don't forget, Everybody needs a pocket knife. The Steve Austin Broken Skull Knife from Cold Steel Knives. Anytime, anywhere, brother. Cold Steel Knives is available on Amazon.com for $75. Use my link to Amazon and help out the podcast in the process. $75 for a knife of this caliber is a hellacious deal. And I appreciate you guys supporting the sponsor of the Steve Austin podcast. They're the ones that let me do this for you free twice a week. So big thanks to ddpyoga.com. Go to ddpyoga.com/Austin to get 20% off the DDP Yoga program and 3 months of full access to the DDP Yoga Now app. Big thanks to DraftKings. Go to DraftKings.com and use the promo code Unleashed to play for free with your first deposit this weekend. Big thanks to BetDSI.com. Use my promo code Austin25 to get $25 free to try the service. Big thanks to Dollar Shave Club. Get a month free when you sign up at dollarshaveclub.com/unleashed. I'm fixing to put my Dollar Shave Club razor to work right now. Big thanks to Simply Safe. Go to simplysafeaustin.com. Get free shipping on your order and a free keychain remote, which is a $25 value. And, of course, big thanks to Amazon. They've been supporting this podcast since day one. Use my Amazon links whenever you're doing any online shopping, and Amazon will kick back a couple of bucks to the podcast. Don't cost you nothing extra. Ain't no hidden fees and charges. Buy whatever you plan on buying and help out the podcast in the process. You can find my Amazon links by going to podcast1.com, clicking on the Killer Deals button in the top right corner of the page, and then hitting the Steve Austin Show button. I got Amazon links for the USA, UK, and Canada. So, once again, go to podcast1.com, click the Killer Deals button in the top right corner, and then click on the Steve Austin Show. All my great sponsors are there. All of my Amazon links are there, too. And Amazon will kick back a couple of bucks to the show to pay production costs every time you use one of those links. Don't buy nothing special. No hidden charges. Whatever he's going to buy, Amazon will kick back a small percentage to help us pay our production costs. Bookmark that motherfucker. You can find it easier. Hey, I'm heading to Sparks, Nevada at 12 p.m. Y'all keep listening. The 60-second AP News headlines are coming up next. Until then, my name is Steve Austin, and I will catch your ass down the road.
Download new episodes of Steve Austin Unleashed every Thursday at podcastone.com. That's podcastone.com.
Stay tuned for the latest AP News headlines from Podcast One right after this.
When shopping for car insurance, consider this. Geico has been saving people money on car insurance for over 75 years. So if you're serious about savings, it's simple. Go to geico.com. After 75 years, they know how to save you money.
Update. I'm Carlotta Bradley. Southeastern governors are dealing with the aftermath of Hurricane Matthew. Florida Governor Rick Scott.
The brunt of our problem is really right now in Northeast Florida. I'm going to be here until people get back. I want them back to work. I want the businesses open. I want people back to school. I want people in their homes, and I want them to have power.
South Carolina Governor Nikki Haley says power needs to be restored and roads fixed so evacuees can get back home.
We are dealing with flooding. We are dealing with trees down. We are going to deal with debris removal. And so we ask for your patience.
North Carolina Governor Pat McCrory says 3 people have died in the state, so residents need to understand just how bad conditions are.
From Raleigh all the way east, stay off the roads, stay in your house, watch the football games on TV, bunker up.
3 people have died in Georgia, 4 in Florida. AP Update. I'm Carlotta Bradley.